It's actually an hour until October starts officially, but I'm gonna start reading now because I can do what I want and you can't stop me. I'm sure no one is surprised that I stayed up too late last night to read, and now today I overslept, and so I have a shorter amount of time to do things than I would ideally like, but we move. So I've already posted my Patreon exclusive video for the month, because it's the first, and that's when I do that usually. And the other stuff I wanted to do today are work on a new painting, read my Marxist theory. That isn't a part of Gothtober, but still reading that needs to be done. And it's also an entirely different type of reading, to be honest. But the weather is really nice, so I want to go for a walk also. And then tonight, Hannah is hosting reading sprints and choosing her TBR. So that's gonna be fun. I'm excited about that. And that's at 8 my time. And it's like 3 now, so I have 5 hours to go for a walk, do some painting work, read for like an hour, and make food. I think that's doable, as long as I don't run out of steam halfway through. Anyway, let's go out for a walk. Did I make the same mistake I have made a million times and forget that I'm disabled? Maybe. I took my walk. It was really nice, but now I'm super tired. I sat down to paint and I can't. We're gonna make food and then see how much, if anything, I can get done before the reading sprints. I can't believe I've done this again. I get overexcited and overcommit. But you wouldn't even know about it if I hadn't filmed a little clip being like, I want to do this and this and this. Anyway, let's make food. Hi. I accidentally left my tea steep for 10 minutes, which is a bit long, but it's gonna be good. The live stream is about to start in five minutes. I don't know why I did this. Probably because I always do this when I take a photo, because I'm a bisexual and a millennial. I got some reading done in Bolshevism, so that was good. And I got this 10-minute sketch in that I barely want to show you because it's looking horrible, but at least I got to do some drawing today. I think I was gonna read Paradise Lost during the sprints because I need some support to get through that. But I feel like I want to finish Pride because I have like 100 pages left, which is gonna take me like an hour. So I'll probably finish that and then I will tell you my overall thoughts. Spoilers, they're good thoughts. So that is the update. The food did give me a little bit of energy, but the painting I was planning to start will have to wait for another day. Tomorrow I have therapy and I need to do dishes. So we'll see if I get any painting done tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. Hi, happy Monday. I just had therapy and I'm exhausted now. We talked about some of my health stuff, how I apparently have intrinsic value as a human being, big if true, and how my friends probably don't hate me, something we discuss a lot. I wish emotions made more sense, basically. Now, I am exhausted, but I have a number of things to do today, in addition to painting, reading, dishes. I also need a shower today. Mondays are shower days. I should also film at minimum one video. I mean short video, like for TikTok and Instagram. It's probably gonna be my September wrap up, because most of the summer I was just reading the Locked Tomb, but in September I read 5 non-Locked Tomb books. So that's fun. I'll see you later. Do you like my tripod? It's a pile of books. I finished my first read for Gothtober, Pride. Let's talk about it. I really enjoyed this. It's nonfiction, it's interviews with lesbians and gay support the miners members, and also some people from the mining community in South Wales that LGSM were collaborating with. The really important lesson to take from this concrete example is that in the class struggle, when you're fighting for a common goal against a common enemy, prejudice that has existed previously, like homophobia, like misogyny, like racism, will be overcome in the common struggle because you have to unite on the basis of your same class interests. One thing I didn't like about this book was how the author kind of really pushes that it's so unlikely that the gays would support the miners. And then in the very first chapter, it's like, meet the LGSM, and everyone introduces themselves by saying, I'm working class, I grew up in a labor family, etc. And it isn't that unlikely that the working class will support each other across superficial differences like sexuality. I understand why it may seem unlikely, but I think highlighting the unlikeliness is a bit sensationalizing and just trying to make it a feel-good story rather than a practical lesson for future struggles. As I said, the practical lesson to take from this is that people who have previously held prejudice can change in the heat of the struggle. And also that we need to unite in order to achieve actual change. And the labor movement is instrumental in doing that. I want to read you a quote from Brett Harron from LGSM. Our whole experience in Delay reassured me that actually you can make those alliances and connections between people whose lives appear superficially to be very different. You can make people see that despite those differences, we have far more in common than that which divides us. And that just about sums it up. So, really good as an example of this phenomenon that we can see in class struggle generally. I'm also proud of myself for managing to read this without breaking the spine. I normally don't care about that with a paperback, but I have a signed copy. So I did still underline things because it is a nonfiction and I'm trying to learn, and underlining helps with that. But yeah, I wanted to take good care of it. Yes, I am eating the same thing for the second day in a row.
The streets, even though it can't possibly be safe for them to be out alone on this of all nights. But they're not.
Good morning. It's a brand new day, and I forgot to shower last night. I know I said that I usually shower on Mondays, and that is true. However, my brain does not automate tasks. I have to consciously think about every step of them and consciously remember them, and I forgot this time. I did deliberately ignore the dishes. That was not me forgetting the dishes. I just ignored them. So today, my task is to first do the dishes and then shower and then painting. So I started listening to Unseelie, and I kept listening to it before I fell asleep last night. So far, it feels like a pretty mid YA fantasy, but don't listen to me because it's been a while since I really loved a young adult book. And I think I don't think it's fair for me to review it as if it's a book for me, because it isn't. But yeah, I'll listen to it while I do the dishes, and I will tell you more later. Today ended up being one of those days where I did one task and then I couldn't do anymore because I was just out of energy and my tummy hurts. I don't think I've talked about that, but it's been an ongoing problem for a while, and I've been like confined to Basically my apartment and the nearest like walkable distance, because I'm in pain all the time. The nausea has also been getting worse, both after I eat and also before I eat, like when I'm hungry or just instead of hunger, which is frustrating. I have a doctor's appointment next week. Hopefully we'll figure something out so that I can get more of my life back. I've just been really tired today, so we will try again tomorrow and I will see you then. I lied. I forgot that there were sprints. So, we're doing sprints and then I'm going to bed. I hope I like Bunny. So far, in 2 pages, she has used the same type of phrasing 3 times, and that has annoyed me. The phrasing is like so much, blah blah blah, for like a metaphor. Like the thing would do this like so much, blah blah blah. Actually, that's a simile, I think. Simile. Anyway.
And then there was me. I nod. I know how it feels to be the odd one out.
I went outside to draw and I just got pooped on by a bird. So it's not the best day. But we move. At 60%, I am deciding to DNF Unseelie. But I want you to hear me out about it. I don't want to be unfair, because I know I said that YA fantasy isn't my vibe right now, and I was right in that. But I do want to say a few things about the book. So the thing that is good about it is the depiction of autistic experiences. Personally, they rang true to life. Autism is a spectrum, so that's not going to be the case for every autistic person. But that was the only thing this book had going for it for me. And that's just not enough. There needs to be something else there for me to like care about the plot. Like, I want to care about this quest that you're on. And I have not been given any reason to care about it. And so I was debating whether or not I should stick with it or DNF, and I went on Goodreads and read 3-star reviews for it, because 3-star is kind of in the middle. I figured that would be the most sort of pro-con balanced opinions. And what I noticed as I sort of read through what people had to say was that what people said was good about it was consistently the autism representation. And that was kind of the one good thing. Otherwise, people were critical of the plot, the pacing, the characters that weren't the narrating protagonist. I also want to say, for the record, that if you're doing something that's a bit cliche or a trope, breaking the fourth wall to point it out to me doesn't make it more original, and it's not a subversion of the trope to simply point out that it is a trope or a cliche. Like, all you've done is annoy me twice. First, because you did something super cliche, and secondly, because you've shown me that you're aware of it and you're taking me out of the narrative even more by breaking the fourth wall and sort of nudging me and wanting to have like an inside joke, I guess, with the reader. It just, for me, does not work at all. It annoys me. Like, if you want to do the cliche, if that is the song in your heart that needs to be sung, then do it, but commit to it, whole ass it. I don't want these irony poisoned books that are haunted by the ghost of the online poster, the internet discourse, and try to preempt it by defending themselves in advance. I want art that is committed to the thing and doing the thing wholeheartedly. Bunny, I am super enjoying. I have this much left, so we'll see how I feel by the end, but right now I'm kind of obsessed. It is weird, like people told me it was gonna be. And just the horror of femininity, it's a vibe. So I'm vibing, for sure. Oh, crap. That pencil is gonna stay behind my couch until I clean it for like Christmas. I can't deal with that right now. So also another update. Today's Thursday. Thursdays are for me normally cooking or washing the dishes days, because I have this disability support system thing via the regional government housing support or independent living support. And what it is someone who comes to my house and is there with me while I do the tasks I need to do. So the things that I need help with personally are cooking and dishes, cleaning, and laundry. And other people have other stuff they get supported with. It's on an like individual basis. You make a plan for what you need support with. So they don't do any of those things for you. They're just there. It's like body doubling, if you've heard that term. And it's really helpful. But anyway, today the weather was so nice, and because it's been rainy and gray since Sunday, and since the weather was so nice, I wanted to take advantage of that and go outside. And so I said, fuck the dishes, let's go outside. So me and the person who came to see me went outside. So when I started filming outside, she had left. Also, by the way, after the bird pooped on me and I did my sketches, I was trying to take some photos and some video footage of my other sketchbook, and I got a paper cut. So it was like bird poop, paper cut. It just felt like a sitcom. If you want to support your local fail woman, please like this video. It's fine. It is kind of funny though. I did what I came to do, and then I got home and showered. And I also went by the store to get some snacks, and I decided to get a Pepsi, even though... So here's the thing, I've been pretty much addicted to Pepsi for a few months, but I stopped a few weeks ago because of my tummy issues, because I read online that carbonated drinks are bad for your tummy. And I'm sure that's true, but I didn't notice like a massive difference from stopping my daily Pepsi, except I am now sadder because I don't have my little treat. I think little treats are very important, and you know, they shouldn't be too bad for you. I think I can have a little Pepsi. I wanted to create a bunny themed outfit. I don't own any bunny ears, but I found these Mickey ears from a decade ago. But they do have a veil, which is thematic, so that's good. They're itchy, so I want to take these off now. I just wanted to show you my look. Okay, bunny. I need to take this off because I am not comfortable. Okay. The thing I said about the horror of femininity definitely still holds true. I think this book has a theme of like the conflict between girlhood and womanhood, and the sort of trappings of girlhood for grown women, and how it's a double-edged sword. Because when you're belittled to a child, you're not taken seriously, but at the same time there's a sexual infantilization of women that exists, and you know, women are supposed to be perpetually young and have perky breasts and whatever. It also has, for a lot of it, some kind of queer subtext. It's not actually queer, but the vibes are there. Like, it's giving kissing lessons or kissing practice, you know, when you and your friends who are girls kiss to practice for boys. And that may be a completely straight thing to do. I don't know, because I've never been straight. But for some of us, it's a queer experience and like an excuse to kiss other girls. And that's kind of what this was giving. Like, nothing is said, it's just kind of, yeah. It's an interesting narrative, shall we say. It's very interesting, and it does fit both of the prompts that I was thinking about for this: unreliable narrator and web of lies. Nothing is as it seems in this, and I love having no clue what's going on in a book. Like, I love being confused when I have the sense that the author definitely knows and is being very purposeful. And Mona Awad definitely gave me that sense of trust, like she knows what she's doing, and I can just like go along for the ride. I also think she did something interesting with the classic dark academia formula of having like an outsider who's usually poorer come into this very rich, privileged, elite institution and sort of observing it from the outside. Like, she does that, but she does it in an interesting way. Again, I don't want to spoil, but there's something there as well that I found interesting. So I really loved this book. It was really messed up and weird, really weird, and I really, really liked it. My one criticism is that just nitpicky language thing where I kept note of it through the book, and she does keep saying like so much or like so many before any kind of simile. I should have looked up how to pronounce that before I pressed record. Sorry about that. But instead of just saying like, you know, when you say, the blanket is soft like moss, Mona Awad would say the blanket is soft like so much moss. And it gives a different vibe to the sentence. I just don't think that vibe is necessary to have all of the time. But that's a really small thing, and I'm being a nitpicky little bitch, and I know this. So Mona Awad, if you're watching this, don't listen to me. I'm just a person on the internet saying shit. Anyway, I'm really glad to end the week on a high note. I'm still kind of sad about Unseelie and not enjoying it. So we started and ended with books I liked. Also, I forgot to say this, but so the night before last night, so Wednesday, I started listening to a new audiobook because that's when I decided to DNF Unseelie. And I randomly decided it was time to continue the middle grade mystery fantasy series Legends of Irion Sea by Thomas Taylor. And so I have read the third book in the series, which is Shadowgast. And I just love that series so much. It's set in this small seaside town during the off-season, and there are various mysteries and mythological creatures that go on. And it's just really fun and engaging without being too intense, because it's middle grade. But they're really well-written middle grades. I enjoy them so much. And this was not a book I had planned to read, obviously you saw my TBR. But I'm thinking it can fit for the prompt head empty, because I interpreted that prompt as no plot, just vibes kind of thing. And I was gonna read The Night Circus. But then I watched Hannah's video, and she said it means it's a book where you don't need to think while you're reading. A middle grade when you're an adult kind of fits that, I think. It's not like I don't think at all, but it is very easy, and I'm not too worried about anything, because it's a book for children, so I feel safe. So I'm gonna count that for that prompt, which means how many prompts have I ticked off now? So for Pride, I ticked off LGBT and multiple points of view. And for Bunny, I ticked off unreliable narrator and web of lies. And for Head Empty, I ticked off Shadowcast. So 5 prompts in 3 books. I think that was a very successful first week. I am really pleased. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me and talking about these books and just seeing some bits and pieces of my life. I super appreciate it. If you want to see more of my art stuff, I have links down below. Like this video if you enjoy an unreliable narrator, or if you're having a good gothtober. Tell me about it in the comments, and I will see you again, hopefully soon. Okay, take care. Bye!